Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Easy Price Travel Channel. This afternoon, we want to briefly explain how to fill the Nigeria Permit to Travel Certificate, PTC. So the Nigeria Permit to Travel Certificate is a form that we can fill on the Nigeria portal where we can be able to declare the date of arrival and to put in some information. This PTC, Permit to Travel Certificate, can also be called the QR code. So now we're going to see how to do this. I'll share my screen now with you. tp.ncdc.gov.ng. So when you type in that, it will take you to the onboarding homepage, which is the homepage here. In this page, we have to select whether we are arriving or we are departing from Nigeria. In this case, we are arriving Nigeria, then we click on arriving Nigeria. If you are using your mobile phone, it's almost the same thing that you will find. But on the mobile phone, this homepage, update record, payments, and all these functions, you will have it here at your left-hand side on your screen. That is on your mobile phone, depending on the phone you are using, if you are using an Android. Okay, then you just go to fill in the form. So you select the country where you are flying from. Let's give an example. We are flying from Italy. Then you put Italy there. Italy, then you select Italy. And then the state where you are departing from. The state is not the city where you're departing from, but the state is the region where you are departing from, or in some cases, a state. So let's assume we are moving from the region of Lombardy. Lombardy is the state or the region where Milan is located. So that is Lombardy. Then we select the terminal or the airport where we are traveling from, where we are departing from. So we select the terminal. Let's assume we are traveling from Milano Malpensa. We select Malpensa, and then the airline that we are using. Supposing we are using Turkish Airlines. So we'll get Turkish Airlines, and then we click on proceed. Okay, now we are on it. It takes you to the next page. In this page, you need to declare or to fill in every details required. First, the family name. Let's assume Ajayi Collins. You put in the name, the surname here, and the name here. And then if it's a male or a female, you select it. And then you put in the passport. The passport number. The passport number must correspond to the one you put here. The confirmation passport number must correspond to this one. So in case it does not correspond, you see, it will give you an error because it must match with the previous one. And then you select the nationality. The nationality, let's assume the person is a Nigerian. You put the nationality. And then the country of departure, the first departure country. So this departure country must match with the departing country we selected at the beginning. So in this case, we put Italy, and then we select also the country of transit, You remember the airline we put that we are using? Turkish airline. So depending on the airline you selected or you are traveling with, then the country of transit automatically becomes that country. For instance, if we are using Turkish airline, the country of transit becomes Turkey. If you are using Air France, the country of transit becomes France. If you are using British Airways, the country of transit becomes Britain. All right. So now you put in we need to select the country of residence. That is where you reside, your country of residence. Let's say I reside in Italy. Then I select Italy. Then residential address. You need to put in the residential address. Let's say I live in 35 or Via Bolzano 1, Verona. You put in the address there, and then after that, we go to your email. You put in the email, which is your email where they will send you your QR code after you've completed the fill in the form. Put in your email, and then you select the date of birth. Let's say the date of birth, supposing the person was born 2000 or, born 1990, for instance, 1990, April 16, 1990. Then you put the date of birth of the traveler, and then you put the flight number. The flight number is the flight that will arrive in Nigeria. In this case, let's say we are using Turkish Airlines TK625. Is the flight that moves from Turkey to Lagos. So where are we arriving at? In which part of Nigeria? Which airport? In Lagos, in Abuja, in Kano, in Port Harcourt? Well, in this case, we say in Lagos. Depending on where you are arriving. If you're arriving in Abuja, then you select Abuja on it. Then the date of arrival. Let's assume I'm departing tomorrow, Saturday, and this flight will arrive in Nigeria on Sunday, which is 18th. Then I select 18th. And thereafter, you put your phone number. First, you select the country where you live or where your phone number was taken, the network you are using, for the country where it is, where you are. So let's assume we're using Italy as an example. So we choose Italy still. Go to Italy, and then we put a phone number. Okay. Then after the phone number, we go to the next question or the next place to fill. Next. Then the second place to fill is the countries that you visited in the last 21 days. Well, if you visited so many countries, you need to declare them. But if you've not visited any country before these 21 days, within these 21 days, then you should put the country where you are departing from. In this case, Italy, I select Italy, and then you click on next. Then we need to put the destination in Nigeria, your address in Nigeria. Let's assume my address in Nigeria is number 2, Mango Street, And then we need to put our phone number, your Nigeria phone number, because the destination is in Nigeria. Well, sometimes some people do not have a number, a Nigeria phone number yet. I encourage you to use any one of your family member or any phone number of someone you know in Nigeria. Okay, let's say 081 654 7575631. Okay, let's assume this is my phone number in Nigeria. Okay, then the state where you live in Nigeria. Let's say Lagos. We choose Lagos. Where in Lagos? Let's say Lekki. Lekki, phase 1. Well, this depends on where you're living in or where you're going to stay in Nigeria. If you're staying in Edo State, then you put Edo State. If you're staying in Kano, you put Kano. If you're staying in Warri, you select Warri, and then you put the city where you live in. Then the next question is, are you a resident of this address here? Well, if you say no, then you need to choose how long you are staying in this address if you're not a resident of that address. But if you say yes, that you're a resident, then it's much more easier. You don't need to declare how long you're staying in that address. Then you click on next. Well, the next one is the emergency contact. Here you need to provide the person that they can contact in case of an emergency. Let's assume the person that for them to contact, in my case is maybe Sophia, and Agile, and the person's phone number in Nigeria. Let's say the person's phone number is 01654755631. Excuse me. And here we need to also put the person's address, the person that they should contact in case of an emergency. Let's say that person stay is in number 2. Number 2, Margot Street. Then we have it there. And then we'll go to next page. The next page, they ask you how, if you have any of these sicknesses, like fever, you have to put no in or if you don't have any of these symptoms, sickness. Fever, no. Well, what happens if I should put yes? Well, if I should put yes, I may not be allowed to travel because I do not meet up with the requirements of traveling. Okay, so no, 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 no. And then we click on next. Then in the next page, it says, in the last 21 days, have you had contact with anyone who was not feeling well with the following? That is, do you have contact with anybody with fever? You say no, 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 no. No, no, no. What happens if you've had contact with such a person? Well, if you had contact with anybody with these symptoms, then you need to quarantine yourself for 10 days before traveling. So we'll click on next. The next is, have you taken any of the following medications? Well, if you've taken it, you need to declare it. But in this case, no, no, no. Okay, then we'll click on next. Yeah, the next one are your details, your details for your test that you've just done. Okay, so we select the test result. Well, the test result must be negative. And then you need to select the test date. Well, we said we are traveling on the 17th to arrive on the 18th. So our test should, maybe we've done it either 15th or 14th, at most on the 13th. if we've run our test on the 12th, you can see that it is not active because it will expire before you arrive Nigeria on that 18th. So being that we're arriving 18th, you know now that you can do your test 15th, 14th, or 13th in this case. So let's say I did my test on the 15th, got my result on the 16th, to depart on the 17th. Okay, so now I need to select the date in which I did the test on the 15th, and then the name of the lab where the test was done. Let's say I did my test in Butterfly Lab SRL. So this is the lab where I did my test. And then I need to put the address of the lab. The address of the lab is Via Manfredo da Cortenova, number 3, Verona. Okay, this is the place I did my test. Then I need to put their phone number of this lab. I'll select the country so that I can get the code of the country. Here it is, Italy. Then I put 045 502184. And then we enter the email address of the lab. Let's say it's info@iprenota.it. Okay. Okay, let's say this is the email address of the lab where I did my test. And then I need to select the country. The country where I did the test is in Italy. And then I need to select the state. Once again, in this case, we select the region where the lab is located, or the state where the lab is located. Then you select it, and then the city. Then we write the city where we did the test. Okay. So after that, we need to upload our test. Now, if you are using a computer, before filling it, you need to first send your test to your computer. How is this done? You can either send it through email or through Bluetooth if you are using Bluetooth, or you share with the iCloud if you are using such app to share information. Well, however, you need to get your test on your system. If you are using your phone, you can just screenshot or take a picture of your test and then save it to your phone, and from there you upload it to your system. So now let's put a file there. The file, let's say we put in okay, I'm just choosing any file. Okay, I've uploaded the file, and the file you're uploading should be in the form of JPEG or PDF, and should not be more than 3 megabytes. If it's more than that, it will not accept it. So now we've uploaded the file, and then the next is, where will you be in the first 7 days when you arrive in Nigeria? Most cases, people go to their homes, to their various homes. Okay, so if you're going to Lagos, you need to select Lagos. If you're going to Abuja, you need to select Abuja. If you're going to Edo State, you need to select Edo State. Well, we put initially that I was going to Lagos, then I select Lagos. If you select Lagos, being the fact that there are so many labs in Lagos, then the system will tell you that the lab will be assigned later. But supposing we're going to Edo State, for instance, then in this case, the system gives you already the lab that is assigned in Edo State. In this case, it's Lilly Laboratory. Okay, so now let's go back to our Lagos, and then we accept to be assigned to a lab. And here, the system gives you an information. It says that your lab, your test, your appointment date for running your test when you arrive in Nigeria is on the 25th of April. So why is that? Because we declare that we arrive in Nigeria on Sunday 18th. So Sunday 18th to 25th is 7 days. Normally after 7 days, we should run our test in Nigeria. So after that, we click on accept, 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 and then we click on submit. It asks, confirm you want to proceed, and then I will say, yes, I want to proceed. Okay, here it gives us the lab, everything that we'll fill in if it's correct. And then at the bottom here, you select here, because here you can't fill it because everything has been filled before. Here at the bottom, we need to select the state where you want to be, where we want to do the test. And here is the date where you want to do the test. This date cannot be changed because it's the system that gives it to you. And here we say it's Lagos because we selected Lagos before. And here at the bottom, we need to select the lab. The lab that is closer to us is the one we'll select. Okay, so we have the first one at Lekki. Remember that our address is in Lekki phase 1. So we need to go check which of these lab is close to Lekki phase 1. Okay, here we have Lekki phase 1. We have another Lekki phase 1 again. This one is Medbury Medical Service, and this one is Life Center Diagnostic and Medical Service. So in this case, you need to find the one that is closer to you. If you don't know it, then you can use the Google Maps to see how far it is from you. Well, in this case, Medbury is close. Then we select Medbury, and then you click on Next. Here, the payment, okay? For the payment, you need to click on Pay Online Now, and then you put in all your details of your card, of your credit card, and then you conclude the payment. But remember to write down the address and phone number of the lab where you will run the test. So after this, you go to your email, or you just go to get permit to travel. On the permit to travel, you put your passport number here. Then you select the nationality, and then you put your arrival date, your date of arrival, which was 18, and then you click on get your PDF. So the system will generate a QR code with all the information that you've inserted in the portal. And then you can print that and use that for travel. When you get to Nigeria, you can also show that to the lab where you're going to run the test, which is the lab that has been assigned to you. Okay, I hope this was useful. I hope this was also important for you to know. Please use this information to also help others, share with other people, so that when you get to the airport, you are stranded and they ask you for this permit to travel certificate. You can bring out your phone and then you can quickly fill in everything that are required of it. and then you can show to the airport personnel for checking in, and they will let you travel. This is what we have for today. I thank you for watching. I thank you for watching this video. Please remember to always put the thumb up and like the videos, comment on it. If you have any comments, any question, if you know there is a way for us to improve more, please, suggestions are welcome. And remember to subscribe if you've not done so. And encourage everyone, anybody you know, to also subscribe so that they will have these informations that we are posting on this channel. Thank you once again for watching, and till we meet again, our next video or our next live chat will also discuss some important topics that will be useful to everybody. So once again, thank you for watching, and please remember to stay safe